Well, last Tuesday, more than 30 Yakima residents braved triple-digit heat to protest outside Congressman Dan Newhouse's office. Our Action News reporter Anissa Williams joins us live in the studio. What was the message?
No to the big, beautiful bill. And while some supporters say it's a long-awaited tax relief, some in Yakima fear that it will harm clean energy, health care, and working families. But just days later, the bill was signed into law. Take a look.
I was hoping that he would hear that we care. We want him to respond. He's elected to represent us, and I don't feel like he is. I feel like he's hiding in Washington, D.C., acquiescing to the Republican pressure, and that he doesn't really care what's happening here in Central Washington. He had a last-ditch opportunity to do what was right for Central Washington, and we wanted him to hear that. We wanted him to see that, and I have no idea if he did, but that was the point. From the women's marches, civil rights, all of that, people being in the streets and protesting Vietnam. I'm stunned that I'm doing this again. I thought that was back in my youth. I thought we settled some things, but apparently not.
Many of the folks that we are ministering to are receiving help with food stamps and are on Medicaid and are struggling in poverty, and this bill would dramatically affect those folks.
High schoolers Lizbeth Frutos and Preston Tucker were at the protest. For Lizbeth, whose family depends on Medicaid, the issue is personal. She immigrated to the U.S. at age 7 and says the bill's immigration enforcement funding has caused fear in her community.
My mom's always telling me, hey, make sure you're carrying your ID. And I'm like, I'm a U.S. citizen, but she's like, we've seen the news about people getting kidnapped off the streets and getting shipped off to El Salvador prisons that will get them killed. And it's just honestly saddening to my community.
Both teens say the experience of protesting, despite the heat, gave them a sense of power, even if they can't vote yet.
We are the next generation that votes him in to office, and that I don't think a lot of us are afraid to vote for somebody else when they don't vote in our interests, especially when so many people in his district rely on both Medicaid and SNAPs and need less taxes instead of more taxes. I think he needs to know that we are the next generation to vote him in, and we can take his power away very, very quickly.
The bill is now law, but protesters say they won't give up their efforts. We also reached out to Congressman Newhouse and are currently awaiting his response. John?
Well, I hope we will hear back from him. Thank you so much, Anissa. And earlier tonight, we asked you, do you support the big, beautiful bill? That was in today's viewer poll. Well, here are the results. No majority for any option. Actually, it's a tie. 46% of both for yes and no. Actually, no was ahead earlier. Thank you to everyone who voted in today's poll, and you can read viewers' comments on our Facebook page. Keep an eye out for future polls here on KIMA Action News.